say if there's anyone who can't get to Brandon but who wants to be in community, come down, and then it turned into a rally.
Winnipeggers have come together at a solidarity rally just outside the Manitoba Legislative Building, showing their support for those against the banning of 2SLGBTQ+ and sex education books in school libraries across Brandon.
Acknowledge that these people exist. We can't pretend they don't exist by banning books.
On Tuesday evening, the Brandon School Division Board of Trustees will hold a public meeting to gather input from community members on whether the board should establish a committee to review books in its school's libraries.
Not allowing them to see themselves and their families, kids from queer families, reflected in places like schools. It creates a sense that they don't belong.
This all started earlier in May when Brandon residents and former school trustee Lorraine Hackenschmidt called the removal of children's sexual education books and 2S LGBTQ+ related content at a board meeting, stating concerns of sexual grooming and pedophilia.
Something like queer books and sex ed books that allow our children to explore who they are lead to the betterment of them as people.
As of last Friday, the school board has already received nearly 300 emails in response to Hackenschmidt's request. Only 6 supported the idea of banning the books. During Tuesday's meeting, the board is expected to hear from 31 delegations, including representatives from Manitoba Library Association, Brandon Teachers Association, as well as several Brandon residents.
I am also queer identified. I work in libraries, and it is important that everyone have representation.
At a press conference Tuesday morning regarding the province's 2S LGBTQ+ initiatives, Premier Heather Stevenson had this to say.
The book banning issue in Brandon. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We're past that as a society, the banning of books. While there is no book ban currently in place, I can assure you that we will consistently and constantly be monitoring the issue.
I think if the Premier has the opportunity to protect vulnerable youth and protect the representation that normalizes their experiences and makes them feel safe, then she should do that.
City News reached out to the Brandon School Division to ask when a decision will be made, but did not hear back in time for broadcast. In Winnipeg, Sweet Arasi, City News.